In this tutorial, we'll explore the life and philosophy of René Descartes, one of the most influential thinkers of the 17th century. Known as the father of modern philosophy, Descartes made significant contributions to metaphysics, epistemology, and mathematics. We'll break down his core ideas, including his famous statement, Cogito Ergo Sum, I think, therefore I am, and delve into the impact of his work on the development of modern thought. Who was René Descartes? René Descartes, 1596–1650, was a French philosopher, mathematician, and scientist. His work marked a shift from the scholasticism of the Middle Ages to the new approach of rationalism. Descartes sought a method to secure knowledge beyond doubt, which led to his systematic exploration of skepticism and certainty. Descartes lived during a time of intellectual upheaval, which influenced his desire for a new method of inquiry. His education in Jesuit schools and his interest in mathematics shaped his logical and structured approach to philosophy. He also served in the military, which exposed him to diverse cultures and intellectual ideas that would influence his thinking. Descartes' method of doubt is central to his philosophy and involves questioning the certainty of everything that can be doubted. The method is radical because it dismisses anything that can possibly be false or uncertain. Descartes used this approach to find a secure foundation for knowledge, beginning by doubting all previous beliefs and knowledge derived from the senses. He asked himself, what can I be absolutely certain of? He realized that many things he previously believed to be true could be doubted. For instance, our senses often deceive us. Optical illusions or misinterpretations of distance are common. If the senses can sometimes mislead, Descartes reasoned, they cannot serve as a reliable foundation for knowledge. He even entertained the idea of a malicious, evil demon, who could be deceiving him about everything, including the external world and his body's existence. This hypothetical scenario heightened Descartes' skepticism, leaving him to question the existence of all external reality. Cogito Ergo Sum. After systematically doubting everything, Descartes arrived at a single undoubtable truth, Cogito Ergo Sum, I think, therefore I am. This was a groundbreaking realization, as Descartes discovered that while he could doubt the existence of the physical world or his senses, he could not doubt his existence as a thinking entity. The very act of doubting proved that he existed as a mind capable of thought. The cogito is significant because it established the certainty of the self's existence and became the first foundational principle of Descartes' philosophy. This self-awareness was the bedrock upon which Descartes would rebuild his understanding of reality. From the certainty of his own existence as a thinking being, Descartes sought to deduce other truths using the power of reason. Descartes viewed the cogito as a clear and distinct idea, one that could not be doubted. He believed that if a truth could be known with the same clarity and distinctness as the cogito, it would also be irrefutable. This notion of clarity and distinctness became a central criterion for Descartes in determining the validity of knowledge. Dualism, mind-body separation. Descartes' mind-body dualism is one of his most influential contributions to philosophy, positing that the mind and body are two fundamentally different substances. The mind is an immaterial, thinking substance, essentially the source of thought, consciousness, and self-awareness. The body, on the other hand, is a material substance that occupies space and is subject to the laws of physics. This distinction between mind and body raised profound questions about their interaction. If the mind and body are distinct, how do they communicate or influence one another? Descartes proposed that the pineal gland, a small structure in the brain, was the point of contact between the two. While this theory has been disproven in modern neuroscience, the problem of mind-body interaction remains a key issue in philosophy and cognitive science today. Dualism also brought up ethical and metaphysical concerns. Descartes' view that the mind was separate from the body influenced later debates about free will, consciousness, and the nature of human existence. If the mind is not bound by physical laws, does that imply humans possess free will, unconstrained by material reality? Or is the mind still influenced by bodily processes and the environment, even if it is of a different nature? Descartes' influence on modern philosophy. René Descartes' influence on philosophy cannot be overstated. His emphasis on skepticism, reason, and individual inquiry paved the way for the Enlightenment and the development of modern Western philosophy. He encouraged thinkers to question inherited knowledge and to rely on reason as the primary source of truth. Descartes' focus on doubt and critical thinking influenced subsequent philosophers, such as John Locke and Immanuel Kant, who further explored issues of knowledge, consciousness, and human understanding. His work also set the stage for the empiricist and rationalist debates, which revolved around the question of whether knowledge is derived from sensory experience, empiricism, or reason, rationalism. Descartes' dualism contributed to the growing divide between science and philosophy. In biology and psychology, the question of whether mental states could be fully explained by physical processes remains a core issue. His method of breaking down complex problems into simpler components laid the foundation for the scientific method, a process that underpins much of modern scientific inquiry. Beyond philosophy, Descartes' work on analytical geometry created a bridge between algebra and geometry, leading to major advancements in mathematics and influencing fields such as physics and engineering. His approach to systematically solving problems by questioning and doubting preconceived notions can still be seen in scientific, legal, and philosophical inquiry today. By proposing that the mind could exist without the body, Descartes also raised important theological questions about the nature of the soul, immortality, and the afterlife, themes that continue to be discussed in philosophy of religion. Conclusion. René Descartes' contributions to philosophy, science, and mathematics have left an enduring legacy that continues to shape modern thought. His method of doubt revolutionized the way we approach knowledge by teaching us to question assumptions and seek certainty only in that which can be proven beyond doubt. Descartes' radical skepticism challenged centuries of established thought, urging individuals to rely on reason and logic rather than tradition or sensory experience. His famous conclusion, Cogito Ergo Sum, I think, therefore I am, remains one of the most pivotal insights in philosophy. It not only established a secure foundation for knowledge but also placed the thinking subject, the self, at the center of philosophical inquiry. By realizing that the existence of the self as a thinking entity could not be doubted, Descartes laid the groundwork for modern discussions of consciousness, identity, and self-awareness. Descartes' mind-body dualism was another groundbreaking idea that continues to influence fields ranging from philosophy and psychology to neuroscience and artificial intelligence. His distinction between the immaterial mind and the material body opened up new questions about the nature of consciousness, free will, and personal identity. Philosophers, scientists, and theologians continue to debate how these two substances interact, and whether consciousness can be fully explained by physical processes. Moreover, Descartes' approach to solving problems, by breaking them down into smaller, more manageable parts, has influenced the scientific method and remains a cornerstone of analytical thinking. His dual influence on philosophy and science helped shape the intellectual climate of the Enlightenment, encouraging the development of modern empiricism, rationalism, and even skepticism itself. By questioning traditional sources of knowledge and emphasizing the power of reason, Descartes initiated a shift towards modernity that resonated in fields far beyond philosophy. His emphasis on individual inquiry and doubt has become a defining feature of Western intellectual tradition, inspiring countless thinkers to question the nature of reality, existence, and knowledge itself. In essence, René Descartes' work offers timeless lessons on the importance of critical thinking, skepticism, and the pursuit of truth. Whether grappling with fundamental philosophical questions about existence or exploring scientific mysteries, Descartes' ideas challenge us to think deeply and rigorously, ensuring his influence will be felt for generations to come. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of René Descartes and his profound impact on modern philosophy. If you found this tutorial insightful, be sure to check out the links below for more in-depth videos on philosophical concepts and influential thinkers. Understanding Descartes is just the beginning. His ideas have shaped everything from the way we approach science and mathematics to how we think about the mind and consciousness today. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions or want to share your thoughts on Descartes philosophy. I'd love to hear your take on the cogito or the mind-body problem, and how these ideas relate to modern issues. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video helped clarify some of these concepts, and consider subscribing to stay up to date with more philosophical and tech tutorials from Cyber-Theo. There's always more to discover when it comes to critical thinking and understanding the world around us. Thanks again for watching, and remember, whether it's philosophy, technology, or any other subject, always question, always explore, and keep seeking knowledge. See you in the next video.